Hello everyone and welcome to another website listing assessment video. And today I'm with a guest. It's a special edition. Jason Lee here was working for Empire Flippers a few years ago, seen a lot of deals, and I'm very, very happy to see him now here and host him so he can help me and you guys understand about a new business and if you want that. So welcome, Jason. Thank you for coming.
Thank you very much for having me on your show. I'm really excited to go over this listing with you because, you found another deal and you just have a very interesting and unique perspective on this that I think between two of us, people could just get some more information about what to look for in buying a business.
Cool. So let's jump to the business. We'll go over the listing. We'll get our thoughts around it. And then maybe a little summary at the end of what we think the growth would be. I guess I'll leave that to you, Jason.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's dig into the listing.
Cool. Share screen here. So we have a listing from Microns IO. They have mostly SaaS businesses. They're less about content websites like Flippa. They're about all the other things. So SaaS, this one is a newsletter, things like that. And we're talking about a college sports business newsletter. You see that here. It's a paid newsletter covering business for college sports. So it's a niche within the sports niche. It's not for the most wide audience. It's not a news website. The asking price is $75,000. They're talking about an annual recurring revenue of $120,000. Remember, it's revenue and not profit. Okay. Lots of customers, 17,000, which is a good thing, and was launched only 4 years ago. Depends when in 2020. And it's a newsletter. The website is called
just
Points. Yeah, go ahead.
Just a thought. I would really dig into those customers because 17,000 does not seems too much for the. I wonder how they define it. Customers.
Definitely. Maybe it's the subscribers, and just this is what he said, calling them customers here.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, a point to ask the seller. Remember that. Okay, and he is giving 30 days of post-sale support included. You need to find out what this support means. Okay, is that email? Is that phone calls? I would negotiate for this size of business, probably more than 30 days. Just, the operations and, if things go south, we probably want to do that.
From my experience, 30 days post-sale is literally just something that people tick off and doesn't mean the seller will ghost you. But it's also just a standard thing to build trust with any buyer. So it's all up to negotiation. And I've seen some where they only say they'll do email, and others where they have their person's phone number and they can call them anytime, and they feel like their hands are getting held through the whole process. Yeah, I wouldn't look too deep into it, but it's definitely.
You probably want to get more than that. Yes, yeah. You probably want more than that for sure. Okay, this guy, Matt from Chicago, Illinois, United States, so American business. I don't know how it is registered, if at all. Something to think about. Let's look at the overview. Okay, newsletter, 120 ARR, annual recurring revenue. Oh, it's the subscribers. See here? And 1,221 paid subscribers. We can dive into a few calculations here, how much they're paying. Let's do this in a bit once I'm going through the overview. Target audience, college sports industry leaders, national reporters, sports media students, diehard sports fans. So I'd say it's not for everyone, okay? It does say diehard sports fan, but the fact that it's only for the leaders and reporters, this kind of makes it interesting. It's a thinner layer of the fans.
Are you saying it's for a portion of the people who are going to essentially report on the sports, not for the sports fans themselves? It's like people who are citing other sources to build their own.
It's almost making it like a B2B business, and which makes it better, I think, because if a reporter is subscribing to such a newsletter, he's not paying for that. Somebody else is paying for that. publication pays for that, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's a stronger. They're likely to hold more than a fan or somebody who just like college sports. Don't you think?
I think they have more of an incentive to keep going into it and staying with it than like a typical consumer.
Exactly. Okay. So sports journalists were laid off. Okay, that's the guy. Sports journalists laid off during COVID, launched a newsletter covering business policy, political stories from the college athletics industry. Sold to D1 Ticker in 2021. I don't know who they are, but it's another company. More than doubled the size, but now D1 Ticker wants to get out of paid newsletter business and has asked the author to try and find another buyer so the publication can continue. These are the numbers we're talking about. Yeah, go ahead.
I just looked up who D1 Ticker are, and according to their top heading in Google, they are the most read daily emails covering the business of college athletics and relied on by 95% of Division I athletic directors. As an American, I'm fully familiar with how college sports work, and then D1 stands for Division I of the top tier of the sports colleges and universities. And so they are, of course, a subset niche within that. And just realizing now that they are, it's a part of a larger parent company, I would be concerned about what kind of synergies they may have had. Well, why they're selling it, and also what kind of synergies they may have had that helped the business during this time that may not go forward with the new owner. Yeah, so if D1 is also with like the preferred writers for USA Today, maybe that's how they got some of their links.
I understand. Yeah, we're going to go through the links in
another part.
In a minute. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so subscriptions and sponsorships, that's the business model. Built with Beehive, Stripe, and Chartmogul. So one thing about that, so Beehive is a very easy platform to run for newsletters. Very popular right now. If you want to do some kind of segmentation, it's harder to work with, although they're now improving with this. I like ConvertIt personally, but just because of segmentation and stuff like that. If you want to go to segmentation, you might want to move to a different platform. Regarding Stripe, remember that if you're acquiring this business, Stripe is not supported in every country. So you need to make sure that it's supported, that your country, they can open a Stripe account. And if not, then you have to move them to another payer. This means you probably lose some of the subscribers, or open an LLC in the US. That's definitely the thing to do, and then run Stripe under that. But you have to make that transition. Let's talk a little bit about the numbers. Let's make some calculations with the paid subscribers. I think it'll be fun. Let's look at how much people pay. So we opened this upgrade page before. So we have the free version, which we understand it says you don't get 4 newsletters a week, which probably means you get one, but we don't know. Ask the seller. Then you have for $8 a month, you get the 4 newsletters, access every single newsletter, 3 stickers, and access to a simulator that they have. And if you're going annually, that's about 40-ish% discount. You basically get the same thing, but you get the discount. So we have 1,221 subscribers. How much of them paying yearly? Let's say, I don't know.
I think the easiest thing is to possibly even divide the total annual recurring revenue by that number to get some average number. Because it's clearly a mix. And this is where you'd really want to know, like, okay, you get some, if you have some annual customers already, as the owner, you still have to service them going forward, but you don't collect on the revenue of them.
So that's per subscriber a year. Okay, so that's around 30 or 40%, no, 30% more than the annual, meaning about 30% are probably monthly and then the rest are annual. I'm kind of trying to make a quick calculation in my head. Am I right? Just thinking about that.
But that doesn't even make sense. I think we should subtract the 5,000 out for advertising, because that's throwing it off slightly, because 12 times 8 is 96. So we're even higher than the monthly. Somehow the average is higher than the monthly.
All right, sorry. Yeah, you're right. So it means that almost all of them are monthly, and then a little bit of, the numbers just don't come out right.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're all monthly. So the advertising of $5,000 annually is throwing off it slightly. So if you 120,
what is the 5,000 annual? I missed that one.
There was a portion that mentioned the advertising. Ad revenue is about $5K a year for growth opportunity.
Yeah, okay. Almost all revenue comes from subscription sales. Ad revenue is tiny, 5,000 a year, and is ripe for growth, definitely. The newsletter has spent nearly nothing on paid marketing, virtual or organic. We could also have an event biz. Okay, that's a growth opportunity. Do you think, let's maybe just have a quick look at the organic growth. I mean, talking a little bit about keywords and stuff, what happened. So we briefly looked at Ahrefs, which is a platform to follow website strength and stats to see what's going on with them. What's going on with the website. So it's not the newsletter, it's the website, and you need to make sure it's part of the deal. But if you're jumping to the newsletter, to the website, checking on Ahrefs, going through the keyword organic, the organic keywords, you see that they had a drop right here in February 2023. They are recovering over here. So,
was there a big update around that time?
They have this
a year ago.
Few things, yeah. November. Oh, here. Let's see what happened here. March. No, but they already lost here. Probably that's the right one. February product reviews updates. Product reviews updates prioritize content that demonstrates first-hand knowledge and expertise. Well, we don't know, or we didn't look how many product reviews they have on the website. If they did have a lot, that makes sense why they lost so much of their keywords. So many of their keywords. But I must say that it does grow nicely. I would look here again in October. Okay, there was a core update. There were a few updates here in September and October with Google, and lots of websites lost traffic. So that's kind of the general trend for a lot of what's happening now in the online world. But you see this nice recovery right here. So you need to see what kind of new keywords they are now ranking for, and then analyze the buyer intent there, what they're looking for, and keep going with this type of content probably.
I would say a really good strength about this business is that even though perhaps its acquisition strategy is organic keywords and SEO, because they're paid newsletters, even if as AI improves and they give you just the summary when you search and you actually go into the website, unlike some affiliate websites or some other content where you're dependent on display ads, this business will at least have time to adapt because you have people that you're controlling more or less directly through your beehive.
That's right.
So I would definitely take this kind of business over a content site where Google is essentially scraping it and then no users are clicking into the website.
Right. Okay, let's go back to the listing. Business model. Oh, we read that. $8 a month, $75 a year, $350 for newsletter sponsorship. Okay, so for that size, I think it's too little. This is definitely a growth opportunity. I've seen others which probably would take around 800 for one time. Did it say anywhere the CTR and the click-through rate and the open rate? I'm not sure. Okay, we talked about the target customer already. Tech stack we spoke about. I don't know what's Chart logo, to be honest.
It's analytics for subscription businesses.
Oh, okay. I wonder why they don't use Stripe, because Stripe gives you those numbers. Interesting. Okay.
Maybe you just don't know how to calculate them. Maybe it provides some insight that's beyond what Stripe does, I'm guessing.
I see. There are some screenshots at the bottom. We'll have a look. They probably is from there. Okay, reasons for selling. He can run by himself. It's a great business, but being a reporter, ad sales, tech, audience development, manage too much for one person. It's one person. He is working for D1 now, and he's still selling. I find it interesting.
Yeah, I think that's somewhat of a concern to be aware of. I would say it's a complete red flag, but it's definitely something you have to be aware of the time commitment. Because if this person then says time commitment is, 20 hours a week or 10 hours a week, that's not true. Otherwise, they'd hold on to it. But also, I think it said somewhere in the beginning that the parent company is pushing him to sell it. So there's maybe more profitable lines for the parent company, and so the individual is being forced to sell it. As an individual, though, if you're buying it, it could be, that's a great amount for where I'm based right now in Taiwan. That'd be a great salary and a full-time job, pretty good. So I guess it really depends on where you are.
We didn't speak about how much you actually make. Let's dive into that. So we have 120 AR, 120,000, and it says expenses here is 15,000. So 105,000 divided by 12. 105 is 120 minus 15. 15,000. No, what did I do? Sorry, divided by 12. Okay, that's what it's going to make a month. That's what it's currently making a month without the growth opportunities. So that's almost 9,000 a month. However, it seems you need to ask the seller about the time commitment. You maybe buying yourself a job, and if you don't want to do that, then you need to pay somebody part of that to, I guess, at least be the author and write the content and find the content, essentially being a reporter. So I don't know how much reporters make, but if you need to hire a full-time reporter, take that into account and you'll stay with the rest of the operation of the business, and this is what you're actually going to get.
Let's assume a $3,000 a month salary for a full-time writer. He might be getting paid more than that, and he might also have some connections to the sports industry that a new person may not have. Mm-hmm. But just for exercise, if he has 3,000, you pay someone $3,000 full time. That's that's 5,750 a month profit for you.
Right, that's the number. So let's calculate the multiplier and see how that goes with the rest of the market right now, which the averages are about, now with the downtrend, probably around 25, 30-ish. It used to be 35 and 40, but it's definitely a buyer's market right now. So there's a downtrend. Okay, so 75,000 divided by 5,750, multiplier of 13. That's really good.
Assuming you can keep the traffic, then it only takes you 13 months to break even on this. And then everything from there is gravy on top. 100% return on investment after
a year. But
after a year.
But depends how much work, and this is a very big question for this business, you need to do when buying that. Let's say you have the reporter, then how much is all the rest?
Because there's still some that needs to be managed that the reporter would not be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all these questions are things for the seller. So make sure you check those. Okay, let's read a little bit more. Asking price reasoning: high profit margin, but will be difficult to buy asset without including an author. Oh, this is what we just spoke about. Given that the content is very niche, author is open to being included or not. Okay, you probably found your author, but depends how much money he wants for that monthly for being included. Competition: front office sports business journal, on 3 college AD. Okay, we haven't researched those, but
I haven't researched them. But if I was researching this as super interested in buying this business, I would definitely also be then digging into the backlink profile of the competitors.
Since you mentioned backlink profile, let's look at their backlink profile. Hold on, let's move to the right tab. You see my screen, right? You see Ahrefs, right?
Yep, I can see it.
Okay, backlink profile. Backlink. So let's sort by DR. We want to have good DR websites linking to the website here. Make sure that the website is part of the assets you're buying. If not, what we're talking here now is irrelevant. But that's important because I think that's one of the main things here in the business. Yeah, also getting the website. Okay, DR 97, amazing, but that's from Podcast and Apple. Let's see the rest, more important. 96, Wikipedia, Reddit is easy to get, but Wikipedia is amazing. The Guardian, unbelievable. EA Sports, USA Today, definitely very good link profile, I'd say.
Well, this is a business that think for both of us, I mean, you're not from the States, I'm from the States, but neither of us really care much about sports. And as someone who's not a sports fan, my first thought on this business was that this is something that I wouldn't be interested. But as you dig into the numbers, it's a really good business. It has really strong domain ranks. Its profit margin's really high. There are many questions about,
and I'm not sure what's exactly the meaning here that all of them are Substack. I think these would be different newsletters that run on Substack that link to that. So definitely very popular publication. I don't know how much it's helpful, specifically the Substack ones for the link profile though.
I think you're more familiar with this on Google than I am because your background. But when I search his competitors, one of the first hyperlinks that you can get onto, it says newsletter. And that is definitely an opportunity for extra points that they don't yet have.
I see.
So if
go ahead.
So if you search front office, like people click directly onto a newsletter. I don't know what that is called in Google, but I'm sure you know more about that than I do.
I think, definitely needs more looking into this. I'm not sure or ask around the industry because I've never asked about such a thing. So you need to research this. Jason, just a short note, and I'm going to take this out of the recording. My battery is almost finished, and once that's finished, I can't connect the charger because the phone is connected to my connector.
Okay. So let's try to wrap this up then.
And I think what we
like about it.
Good job.
What we like about the business, what we don't like about the business, who this business is for.
Okay. So just here, the listing here also has some the traffic metrics. You see that here. Subscribers, that's what he's saying. Oh, the open rate and click rate. Click rate a little low, but probably can be improved. Open rate is okay. We probably want to trim the list once in a while to get the definitely better click rate and open rate. And revenue metrics, this is probably from Chart Mogul. Interesting thing that I looked here, and I'm going to zoom in, is the failed transactions. Look at how high that is versus the succeeded ones. Why? Okay, you need to check. Very low refund rate, about 2%, I'd say. 3,000 versus 114,000. But this is a little bit of concern. Why there are so many failed? Okay, summary. What do we like about this business? What are the risks? A few final thoughts, Jason. And growth.
I love this business. Yeah. What I like about this business is that there's recurring revenue behind it, high profit margin, has a great back end to it. And then some of the concerns is more around how much time commitment this would be for anyone who took it over. And are there any unique circumstances of the author that it gives them access to the news, makes it easier for them to do, or the backlinks that are driving some of the strength behind the business. But the price is a great deal, and I think for the right person, this is a great business.
Right, definitely if you're a sports fan, it's something good to look into.
Yeah. What do you like about the business?
I like that it's more of a, as I mentioned before, kind of a B2B, so it's more stable. They're more likely to keep going than a regular sports fan. I don't know what's the percentage of those customers. It's something again to ask the seller, but it seems like it's the main source of income versus the others that are less strong. So I see this as a very strong point for the business. Of course, the multiplier is amazing. You don't see that too often. But then the red flag is, why is he selling this only for 75,000? Is it just because he needs this quick cash, or something else? So definitely something to dig into.
Yeah, overall, I think it's a great business, but you have to know how much time it's going to take for yourself.
Exactly.
And it needs to be for the right person. Really I couldn't buy this business myself, but as a non-sports fan who feels like reading reading about sports is like looking at a tax document for me. It just doesn't interest me. But from a business perspective, it's a great business.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Jason, thank you so much for joining. That was fun. I'm sure the users, watchers, and YouTube would like that. Leave your comment. Tell us what you think. Do you agree with us, or we just spoke total nonsense on this business? Let us know. Jason, thank you again, and see you next time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.